This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Avery Bradley's injury is not a shock. Let me say it again. Avery Bradley's injury is not a shock. I keep telling people, man, because Hino's Sport comes with cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat troops. The truth of the fact of the matter is the Lakers have a bunch of injury-prone players. Avery Bradley is part of that equation. So you guys have to understand, when I come in ultimate truth-telling fashion, I'm just telling you the truth. And I'm rendering it. Remember, I'm a three-dimensional thinker. So I see stuff that people can't see, and I state the most common sense, and I state the most obvious. So I knew in an 82 arduous NBA game season, whether you're a Laker fan and you don't want to hear this, and you don't want to prescribe to it, I know this is cold-hearted, this is unadulterated, and it's cutthroat, but the truth has to be rendered. Because what did I tell you guys about the truth? The truth hurts, but there's an immediate relief after it. Let me say it again. The truth hurts, but there's an immediate relief thereof after the fact. So the truth of the fact of the matter is, Avery Bradley's injury is not a surprise to me, because you guys have to do your homework. The Lakers have a bunch of injury-prone and injury-ridden players. Let me say that again. The Lakers have a bunch of injury-prone and injury-ridden players. I'm not wishing injury upon the team. I'm just stating the facts. This is why I try to tell you guys. This success that they're having is going to be short-lived. If you're a Lakers fan, you don't want to have so many injury-prone players on your team, because they can't make it out of the season, let alone the NBA playoffs. Let me say it again. They can't make it out of the season, let alone the NBA playoffs. Avery Bradley has proven himself to have injuries on top of injuries on top of injuries when he was with the Boston Celtics. I actually like him as a player. I actually have respect for him because I know what he brings to the table. He's a dog on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? He's applying unlimited pressure in the backcourt. He's part of the reason why the Los Angeles Lakers are successful defensively. And he's one of the players that's able to execute Frank Vogel's defensive schemes and defensive strategies effectively, because he's a defensive-minded player. He's defensively responsible. So he's going to make defensively responsible decisions on the defensive side of the basketball. This guy can play you straight up. He doesn't do all that help defense. He can play straight up defense. And he can have moments where he can lock you down depending on the player that he's playing. Obviously, he's undersized, but he has his moments. What's good about him is he has low center of gravity, which is very key for guys that are excellent defenders. And he has a good knack at getting at the ball, getting after the ball, and forcing guys to pick up their dribble. So he's part of the reason why the Los Angeles Lakers are having success. Losing a guy like that with a hairline fracture in his right leg doesn't help, because now your backcourt is exploited. Let me say it again. Your backcourt is exploited. So folks need to understand this. The Los Angeles Lakers are injury-prone and an injury-ridden team. I don't know how many times I have to say this. So they're not going to make it to the 82-game stretch, the finish line, without them not having significant injuries. Dwight Howard is a significant injury-prone player. JaVale McGee is a significantly injury-prone player. LeBron James is not as durable as he once was. He's at this point decrepit. Anthony Davis is one away from being injured because his body is an NBA brittle body. It's glass, basically. I'm going to start calling him NBA glass. So I'm not hating on the Lakers. To be honest with you, I actually like some of the players on the Los Angeles Lakers. But I understand their dichotomy. And I understand their problems. Their issue is bigger than basketball. Their issue is these players have injuries, man. And it's consistent with what we've been seeing year in and year out. Anthony Davis is the worst. Kyle Kuzma just came back off of being injured indefinitely. He's going to get injured again because he's proven himself to have multiple injuries. LeBron James is going to be, at the end of the day, it's going to be basically himself because he's the least injury-prone player on that team. But in the most recent years, he's been acquiring more injuries than before. All this stuff about him throwing, you know what I'm saying, throwing shots and basically uppercuts and hooks at Father Time. Father Time is undefeated, man. Let me say it again. Father Time is undefeated. And it's undefeated for a reason. Because it's a thing called age and attrition. We all have to go through it. Our bodies have what's called anabolic and catabolic state. Catabolic state is where your body goes through that natural decline of degradation. Let me say it again. Catabolic state is when your body goes through that natural decline of degradation. It happens to all of us, even the best of us. It is what it is. So when he knows the sport is stating the most common sense and stating the most obvious, it's not hating. It's not trolling. It's truth telling in its ultimate form, in its ultimate fashion, because I'm the ultimate truth teller and I come in truth telling fashion. So the Los Angeles Lakers are not going to make it at the end of the finish line, let alone when they get to the playoffs. They're not going to be healthy. It just does not work. The law of physics tell us this. When you have too many players that have shown the propensity to be injured year in and year out, they're going to get injured again. So when he knows the sport is stating these cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truths, I'm just stating the most common sense and I'm stating the most obvious. It's really that simple, folks. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.